Welcome back to the top of the hill here in Allison Bay at the Liberty Grove Historical Society. Today we're going to take a look at one of our acquisitions from the year 2020. This is the Klenke Cottage, and it is number 6 on your walking tour of our walking tour sites. Hey, I wanted to share with you something too. A lot of the information that I'm going to be talking about today comes from a book that is our first publication. It's called Living in God's Country, Allison Bay, Door County, Wisconsin. Lots and lots of information here, and we have this for sale here on our site at all of our events, and it is also available on our website for $20. You want to know a little bit more about Liberty Grove history? This is your place to go to. All right, so let's get started. This Klenke Cottage, again, was an addition in the year 2020. Gus Klenke had a garage at the north end of Allison Bay, a very popular site for plein air artists and also for photographers. And it changes seasonally, some of the flowers and decorations by some of our local people, including my camera person today, Cheryl Colter. So thanks, Cheryl. Gus Klenke's garage, again, at the end of Allison Bay. He arrived in Allison Bay sometime after 1920. He played the violin, he kept bees, and was always available for a story, I understand. Now, the garage building had been a cheese factory where Gus worked before refrigerated trucks began hauling farmers' milk out of this area down to Sister Bay and then to Sturgeon Bay. Now, the Klenke home sat just across our now Allison Bay post office, and on that property was this cottage, one of the many summer cottages owned and operated by Gus' wife Magdalene Olson Klenke and their 2 daughters, Glenna and Ardell. Now, Magdalene was a school teacher for many years, and she was also a school board member. She came to Allison Bay to join her sister, Olga Olson Wickman, another familiar name in these parts. Magdalene taught at both Raleigh's Bay School, formerly the corner of Old Stage and Waters End Road, and then at the Wildwood School after these districts consolidated. The new building was situated at the current location of Liberty Grove Town Hall. Newport School became a part of her teaching history as well. Olga, her sister, taught at the second building constructed as an Allison Bay School in 1879, presently the Savory Spoon Cooking School building. She also taught at Newport School, now the home to Uncle Tom's Candy Store. All of that. Okay. Now, these sisters had other occupations and responsibilities in Liberty Grove community as well. Olga managed the Allison Bay Lodge, the former Wickman House. Magdalene, who had designs on becoming an architect, oversaw Klenke's tourist home and cottages. She was a member of Trinity Lutheran Church in the Ladies' Aid and was their first president, as well as serving as church secretary for a time. Magdalene also supported the community by leading the Allison Bay Women's Club as its first president in 1931. We're going to take a look here inside just a second and show you around, but I want to tell you a little bit more about Gus. Now, Gus, after beginning his life work here making cheese, shifted to managing one of 2 garages in Allison Bay. He sold Standard Oil products and was well known as a lifesaver to both farmers and fishermen with broken parts or machines. He often improvised a part out of scrap, from what we understand. Now, Gus had an avocation as well, beekeeping. He produced many pounds of honey annually for sale at Klenke's garage. You'll see some of that when you come inside. Now, we have plans to open the Klenke Cottage next season with possible displays including a doctor's office, beekeeping, of course, and some history of our schools here in Liberty Grove. We would like to thank Klenke's granddaughter, Gwen Michelson. She was daughter to Glenna Klenke Zephalanis, for the many donated artifacts and manuscripts to the Liberty Grove Historical Society, preserving their family story here. Thank you also to Dave Weston, Al Nowachik, and Myron Beard for their continued work in cleaning, stabilizing, and preparing the cottage for future displays. Let's come on inside. I can't go very far, but here's where you will see that Dave has done an awful lot of the cleaning out here, and we're beginning to bring in some of the items that are going to be for display in the future. Now, Myron did a lovely job of replacing these windows here. Originally, there was a kitchen sink, actually, right in this area. Some partition here going into what might have been a bedroom, and then another back area there. Again, this cottage we brought from the front of the Klenke's home across from the post office and put it on this foundation a few years back. Here you're going to see evidence of some of Mr. Klenke's beekeeping pieces that he had. And Cheryl's going to kind of tighten in on some of those that you can see. A couple of years ago, Gwen Michelson helped Karen Board Moran with setting up what we called Flight of the Honeybee. And this was an homage to her grandfather and his beekeeping here in Ellison Bay. We have some of the original. If you take a look, this was his label. And you see, Gus Klenke, Ellison Bay, Wisconsin. I wouldn't mind getting a pint of honey myself. And there you can see, wow. This is what you're seeing down here for the honey process, and was also a part of what Gwen helped us with in bringing some of that information forward with some actual photographs of Gus there. Again, more honey jars, various sizes, with labels as well. And we have clubs and netting, of course the smokers that you would need. And this beautiful sign about pure honey. Not a very large cottage to stay in, but a beautiful location for sure. And what a wonderful memories must have been made in this very cottage. So just over here, right beside the Pine Cottage, and before we make our way around to this wonderful view, is where you're going to find this lovely Klenke Cottage. And we hope that the next time that you come to see us here at Liberty Grove Historical Society, that you would make this one of your stops. We'll see you next time with another live Facebook post about what's going on up here at the top of the hill.